All right. It's 11, so I think we can get started. I'm happy to see everyone in the chat has their mics muted, which is awesome for a community call. Uh, Normally, you gotta globally mute someone because they just have everything echoing. So it's good to see. We got lots of experts. So GM, everyone, welcome to Furucombo's community call for April. So we're doing something a little different. We have a Google Slides going here for the community call. This is kind of the first one, which I kind of just threw together last night so people can follow along. So, as we progress, we'll kind of add more information and some nice graphs and stuff like that. But this one's pretty basic for the first edition here. So, our agenda for this call is just kind of a brief update on what's new this month, kind of what we worked on. Updates on the work in progress with the fund manager system and protocol integrations. Just a brief on how to become a fund manager, some governance updates with ZD. So I'm joined today with ZD and Dan from the Furucombo team as well. And then we will go over some marketing goals that we have for 2022, because I know a lot of people have been asking about what we're doing with marketing. And then if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the voice chat and we'll get to them at the end here in the AMA. So what we worked on this month is we've integrated some new tokens. So live on Ethereum, we have a set of tokens on Polygon and then on Aave. So if you weren't able to borrow before using those specific tokens, you can now borrow and take collateral on those tokens. We did get one request for the ENS token. So ENS, FAE, DPI, and UST is live on Aave. And then we also have a set of tokens into the swappers as well on our whitelist. So you don't have to add those custom addresses. Those are just available in the drop-down menu. And then earlier this month, we had our first radio podcast. So that was with Polygon. Or what's next for Polygon, rather. So we had lots of good guests. If you haven't had a chance to check out that podcast, definitely do that. It's quite an interesting talk. It was pretty open-ended, just kind of general questions about the market, about where Polygon's headed, what are some issues in the industry that you need to think about, such as liquidity. So very interesting guests, great talk. Have a look at that if you haven't listened to that yet. And we also added the combo token as a tipping mechanism using TipBot on Discord. So if you haven't seen that or seen any of the tips we've been giving, definitely check that out. You can add combo tokens to your wallet and you can tip your friends, or what we like to do is to tip contributors. So if you're helping out in the support chat, if you're providing kind of information to people, we're always happy to provide some reimbursement and common tokens for people's time to be there to help people. So nice addition there and a little bit of exposure. We got a lot of new people in the Discord from the TipCC server off a promotion that we did. So nice to see some new faces. Another thing that we started recently was the Furucombo workshops. So we did the Furucombo 101 workshop, which was our first one, and that's kind of a basic on how to use Furucombo. So again, if you haven't seen that, or you're kind of interested in using create mode, understanding a little bit more about the intricacies of the platform, or maybe you just want to review how to do things, you can start there. We go over a few strategies, how to swap, what each of the cubes mean, how to borrow from Aave, and then how to do some like more complex transactions using the add funds, return funds, things like that. So the second workshop we did was the fund manager workshop. So that was an internal workshop for fund managers, where we kind of went over the fund manager system, how to use it, how to create your own funds. So that was exclusive for fund managers. And then the next one we're going to have, which is going to be next week or the last week of April, is going to be on flash loans. So we will post the information on that soon. And then you can definitely follow that event if you're interested in flash loans and kind of how to set them up, what to look for, how to find arbitrages, and things like that. So this is a pretty cool segment too that we were excited to kind of announce. So I will pass it over to Dan now, who is just going to update on the work in progress. If his mic is working. Might be having mic issues. Okay, well, I'll continue, and then Dan, when you're ready to go here, we can jump back. So, if you're interested in becoming a fund, well, here I'll just brief on what the fund manager system is. So basically, there's going to be a set of managers who you can provide liquidity to, and then they're going to manage the intricacies of using create mode and creating strategies on your behalf. So these are typically going to be experts in the industry and people that have experience making diversified portfolios. So if that sounds like you or something that you're interested in, reach out to me. Well, join us on our Discord. If you're here, you're already in the Discord. You can DM me, and then we have a questionnaire that you can fill out. And then we'll just set up a short interview to gauge your skills and qualifications and kind of readiness as a fund manager. And then we have an exclusive fund manager channel as well. So we'll get you added to that. Sure. I think Shunting is going to take Dan's part here. So yeah, feel free.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I haven't tested. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I think overall the fund manager system is almost finished. So as everyone see, the section number 1 fund manager system. Currently, we are working with several audit firms to audit our system, and I think overall the result is pretty good. We found some like minor issue, medium, like low issue, and then the team is running a internal security contest to try to find more bugs that we haven't found. So we are almost finished the audit. And then second, the third is the front end, back end work is done. So and also the quality test is done. So we are just waiting for the audit firm to double confirm our result and then make sure everything is good. And then they can generate a report, and then we can deploy our fund manager system contract to the Polygon network, and then verify on the Etherscan. After that, we will have a trial run. I think Josh will explain later about the trial run and then how can the fund manager work with us. Yeah, so this is the fund manager system. So like TLDR, the system is close to finish audit by the world class audit firms like 2, and yeah, ready to deploy to the mainnet. And the second is the protocol integration. So we are we have some time, some spaces to integrate some new protocols on Polygon first. So yeah, we are doing some research and evaluate more than 10 protocols for the potential integration. And also how we do the evaluation is we base on our users' demand and our product roadmap. So we have something in mind. But of course, if you want something to be integrated to the Furucombo, feel free to reach out to us. No matter it's on Discord, there's a channel called feature request, or you can propose it on the our governance form. Yeah, or maybe just talk to us. Yeah, and yeah, so I think the result is potential integration that we are looking for is the QDAO. So QDAO is something similar to MakerDAO on Ethereum, but they are more popular on the Polygon network. So we are thinking to integrate QDAO, and then maybe Uniswap V3, since they deployed it to Polygon and gets really good traction. A lot of people using it with low gas, good liquidity. So yeah, we're thinking to integrate Uniswap V3 on Polygon version, and of course, Aave, our like long-term partner, we have their like V2 version on both Ethereum and Polygon, and right now their V3 just deployed to the mainnet. So I think we will integrate their V3 and then provide the latest service to our users. Yeah. So yep, fund manager season close to deploy to mainnet, and then we are doing some integration. So if you have any feedback or any requests, feel free to reach out to us. And if you are a fund manager, no matter you pass the interview or not, feel free to tell us what kind of protocol you need. It's currently on Polygon. Yeah, it's on Polygon. So yeah, Polygon first and then Ethereum second. Josh, get back to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the update. Okay, cool. Does ZD's mic work? We'll get an update on the snapshot and governance. ZD, are you there? Your mic working? No?
I think is he working? Because he's not muted.
No, he's not. Yeah, I can't hear him though.
Yeah, so I think for the governance, like we talk about this a lot, and finally we are going to do something like recently. So because we finished the Furucombo fund, and the first thing that we will do is we will set up our snapshot system, and then it will go live on the mid-May, like it's next month, like 1 month later. So yeah, this is snapshot. And then how people are going to do the vote is using their combo token. And then you can vote on both Ethereum and then Polygon. I mean, if your combo is on Ethereum or it's on Polygon, it doesn't matter. You can both platform, both blockchain, you can do the vote. And also, we are thinking to include the LP token on Uniswap and QuickSwap. Like we are thinking to allow combo ETH LP token also can be voted, on certain topics. But we are still like internally discussing this. So if any idea, any feedback from the community, feel free to post it in maybe lounge or reach out to us to share your opinion. Or even if you have a lot of things what you want to say, feel free to post it on our governance form, and then we will discuss with you and then make a final decision before mid-May. Yeah, I think that will be the governance update. Finally, I know you can use like Combo to vote, and even more, you can use Combo's LP token to vote. That's more capital efficiency. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome that you can use the LP tokens. So super cool, especially if you have your combo tokens pooled. You don't got to remove liquidity to provide your feedback on things, which is great. Cool. So yeah, let's move on. So the marketing goals then for 2022. So just some things before we get into that is just some interesting metrics. So kind of how Furucombo's been progressing for the last few quarters. So one thing we looked at was trading volume. So since the fourth quarter, Furucombo's kept more than 200 million in trading volume per quarter averaging 70 million per month. So from 2021 third quarter, we see a big jump in the fourth quarter, and then we've maintained that in the first quarter. So that's one thing that we're looking at, that we're trying to ensure that we keep up. So the second metric we looked at was unique visitors. So since the Q3, we had about just under 36,000, and then in the fourth quarter we went up to 55,000, and then we maintained that in the first quarter. So since first quarter we've attracted more than 50K unique users, and we're visitors, and we hope to maintain that moving forward. And then, so executing combos, each quarter, more than 3,000 unique users send transactions from Furucombo. So we've maintained that into Q1. And once we continue the integrations, we should see that also continue to rise as the use case increases. So some metrics that we looked at and we thought were pretty interesting. So cool. So the next thing that we looked at for the marketing goals was the loyalty program. This is still a work in progress, but kind of we asked a few questions. What is the utility of points? What products do we want to incentivize users to use? How can we include everyone? And then how will the old system be integrated into the new? So right now, if you're not aware of the point system or loyalty program, you can get points doing some social media tasks. If you go to the events tab in Discord, there's an event called the Quest campaign where you can earn loyalty points for participating in social media and governance tasks. And then otherwise, you can only get loyalty points right now from doing transactions on Ethereum. So using the create mode. So previous to that, we had loyalty points that you could earn from pooling your funds in Furucombo Invest. But we have not added that to the quick swap farms yet. So that's something that we're expecting to launch soon. And then we're going to bring back the loyalty, or we're going to add loyalty points to the Furucombo funds as well. So there's going to be a multitude of ways to earn this. And then as of right now, you can use these points to upgrade to different cube NFTs. So there's the wooden cube, and then the metal cube, and then the diamond cube, which we haven't released, the diamond cube. But the wooden cube gives you a points boost, and the metal cube gives you a shared profit airdrop. So we released one of those in December. I'm not sure what our schedule is on the next one, but if we are receiving funds into the treasury via Furucombo funds or from Furucombo Invest, that's something that's going to be dropped to our loyalty members through the metal cube. So the diamond cube will have another special feature, and then we'll look to kind of integrate more features into these cubes, but that is still to be determined exactly what that is. So going back to the sheet here, what we'll implement is, create mode will earn points, auto invest farms will earn points, and then staking with fund managers will earn points. And then the second utility for this is going to be, so if you don't want to create the NFT cubes, you can also redeem points to earn share tokens and manage funds. So this gives you a way to kind of diversify or try out different funds without, potentially putting your own funds in there. So kind of a nice little side benefit of the loyalty program there. So what is our plans then for the marketing? So around the fund manager system, we're going to be launching marketing campaigns in 3 stages. So the first stage is going to be the trial run stage. So this is when we're going to announce that new point system when the fund manager system launches. Initially, we're going to be airdropping fees back to the fund managers fund and airdropping share tokens to investors to incentivize people to come and try out the new system and not have to worry about the fees initially. We are also going to be launching a manager referral reward and a fund system bug bounty. So in the trial run stage, this is only going to be like the whitelisted managers. You won't be able to go and create your own fund unless you've gone through the vetting process and been activated as a fund manager. So we're kind of closing it off a little bit initially as we do the kind of rolling things out, ensuring stability, ensuring, people aren't losing funds with malicious fund managers. And then as the system develops and becomes more mature, we'll open that up to everyone. So that's where things kind of happen in the second stage, which is the launch stage. So this is where we will create a Furucombo Fund's official strategy. I think kind of team members as well will be able to roll out their own funds. Maybe we do some competitions there to see who's the best fund manager. We'll have a early bird lottery for anyone who's participated as an investor. You'll kind of earn either an NFT or some combo rewards. Still kind of TBD on what the benefit of that's going to be, but we'll provide something back to investors. An early bird NFT as well on that. And then we're going to do some media launch promotion. So maybe some Twitter, podcast, get some influencers to talk about this. Just get the word out about Furucombo funds and the power and composability of it, what you can do with it, that sort of thing. And then post-launch, we'll continue with some trading contests. And then another thing that we're looking at, which is interesting, is the idea around partner funds. So this is bringing in, potentially some partners that we're working with and seeing if they're interested in creating a fund, bootstrapping, seeing how we can collaborate with other groups, other protocols, and, maybe they kickstart their token here or kickstart just an in-house fund, and then you can kind of diversify your funds by entering into these different protocol or partner funds. So something that we're really excited for there as well. And then once the fund system launches, it's 100% go on protocol integration. So like I said earlier, we're kind of starting off a little on the safe side. We're going to start with whitelisted managers. We're going to start with whitelisted protocols and tokens. And then we're really going to look to expand the composability and what you can really do with crate mode and Furucombo funds. So, for example, we'll look at, options, derivatives, leverage trading, leverage tokens, basket tokens, synthetics for maybe, perpetuals, stocks and stuff like that. So, ways that fund managers can create diversified portfolios all within the platform. Something that we're looking at kind of further down the road is, multi-chain or cross-chain transactions, cross-chain funds, looking at which networks we can integrate that are going to provide unique and in-depth strategies that aren't available on other networks. So initially we'll start on Polygon, obviously, and then move to Ethereum and then see kind of where we want to go next, that we can provide these different strategies that aren't available now. So whether that's going to be Phantom or Arbitrum or Optimism or whatever the case is going to be. Terra, I know, is one that's pretty prevalent that people enjoy. So we have got some feedback from the community on that. So again, once the fund system launches, we'll look at protocol integrations and then see which chains we can integrate. It's a little bit of a process for us because the way Furucombo works, but we're definitely going to get that done. So yeah, so just to kind of go off the slides here again. So once the system launches, we'll assign more resources for protocols for integration. And then the other interesting or cool fact is we have partnerships in the pipeline, and we have potential grants as well for these partnerships. So a little alpha here is that the Fururadio podcast gives some insight into those potential partners. So if you haven't, again, checked that out, listen to that podcast. Very cool talk with those people, and some of those are going to be our potential partners there as well. So, and then we'll expand on our partner funds. So, our partners can also launch their own funds on our system. And then we'll look at kind of integrating other farms or other pools as well that aren't available right now. We mostly just have the quick swap farms, auto compounding farms. So we're going to look at kind of expanding that subset of investment opportunities as well, to not limit users either with the composability or the different strategies, but also from the staking and farming system as well. So there's some partners that are going to potentially help out with that. So we're excited for that. So that's kind of our market goals for 2022. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the voice chat. Also, we have a OAT, or kind of a on-chain achievement token for everyone that's here today. So I believe Zoe is messaging people in the chat here. So if your DMs aren't open, or you haven't received a DM from her, you can either, I'm not sure if Zoe has her DMs open, maybe send her a message, or ensure that your DMs are open, and we'll make sure that you get this OAT token, or fill out the form to get the token. And then a few days down the road here, we'll create it, and then you can go to Galaxy's website and claim this. So yeah, again, if you have any questions at all on anything from today's community call, or just about Furucombo in general, feel free to drop it in the voice chat, and we'll get to that OAT form. Yeah, so Zoe is going to DM you, or you can DM Zoe, and just get that form so you can fill out for your on-chain achievement token, or NFT. Let's see, do we have any questions here? Yeah, I think we'll just, we can post it in the chat. And hope it doesn't get botted. So just fill it out once, please. Make our lives easier. I mean, if... Go ahead, Teddy.
Oh no, I mean, Zoe just passed the link in a voice chat channel. So everyone, if you want to claim your OAT, go check it out.
Cool. Yeah, and if you have any questions too, and you don't want to type it, feel free to just jump in, ask your question on the voice here. Yeah, Zoe, I'm getting the same, the link not found.
Yeah, same here.
That's one way to prevent people from botting it.
And also we have a channel for GM. So if you want like GM every day, check out our GM channel.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the form is up now. Should work for everyone.
Yeah, it's working.
So again, please only fill it out once. Makes it easier for us. And awesome. So thanks everyone for coming. A little bit of a shorter call today, but lots of interesting things going on. We're working hard to provide the best user experience for a fund manager system, and then get some protocols integrated to add some more composability to Furucombo. So really exciting things going on. The devs are working hard. We're working on some use cases for Combo and the loyalty program. So, thanks everyone for being here and attending, and make sure you fill out the form to get your OAT, and, we'll see you at the next workshop for flash loans. The next Fururadio is going to be next month, and that's going to be with our audit partners. So that's going to be an interesting talk. And then we'll, of course, have another community call next month as well. And then potentially, I'd say with pretty high certainty, we're going to be releasing the fund system next month as well. So we'll have our managers, create some pools there, and you're going to be able to try it out. It's going to be awesome. So we're really excited to see what kind of unique strategies people can create and our managers can create, and how you guys like the platform. So excited for the future. So thanks again for coming, and we'll see you at the next one.